Hey guys, welcome back to Words of War. My name is Jorge Guerra.
And I'm Sergio Guerra.
And this is our gaming section, our gaming segment. So this is going to be our first dual review for a video game that we both played. So we played Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. I played the first one. Sergio just picked up on this one, actually. But we did watch the ending for it before and stuff like that. So he's caught up on the lore of this particular series. So this game kind of picks up where the first one takes off. If you haven't seen the first one is about the Belmont family still. Gabriel Belmont ends up actually becoming, spoilers, ends up becoming Dracula. I was about to say Spider-Man for some reason. But ends up becoming Dracula in the first one, and in this one's the continuation of the end of the first one where he realized that he is Dracula now, and Zobek, which is like his nemesis in the first game, comes to seek his help because Satan is returning back to Earth. So this one picks up there where they're both having to become frenemies. They have to ship together because Satan is going to come and get them and kill them and rule them in hell. But all in all, this game definitely better than the first one. I hated the first one with a passion. Did not enjoy it whatsoever. This one was a little bit better. It would definitely start off with a bang. It started off with some action, some really cool scenes in the beginning with Dracula versus like the Holy Guard and all this different stuff. Graphics look pretty good, pretty solid, especially since we're at the last leg of the race for a PS3 and stuff like that. So it looked pretty good. The voice acting was pretty good, I thought, as well. Patrick Stewart's in this. So is from Game of Thrones, one of the Starks, the oldest one. I remember his name.
Put his name here, George.
Yeah, we'll put his name right here. So it's a pretty good game overall. Gameplay wise, I thought there was a couple of instances where the controls weren't as responsive as they should be. It's based a lot of the dodging and stuff like that. I don't think was as clean as it could be because some of the moves required you pressing the same button as the dodge, and you end up doing a different move as opposed to the one that you were trying to do. I did like the fact that in this one, the moveset itself, there was a reason for you to kind of try to use them because you can make your weapon actually stronger if you maxed out a certain move that you did. You could apply that to the main weapon and it would make it stronger, so you'd attack stronger. I think that was cool. This definitely felt more like a Castlevania game. So it was pretty good in that aspect. Story-wise, I think it did the same thing for me that the first one did. They were kind of reinventing the whole Castlevania thing, and it started off pretty well in the beginning, and then just towards the end, it just kind of loses that drive. It starts off really, really strong, and just the end, it just kind of feels like it just slows down to like bleh. And even like if you've played the first one, I think there was a huge low at the end when you're facing the main bad guy, which is Satan, and no surprise here, the main bad guy Satan at the very end, and it feels the same. It just doesn't feel like you should hate this guy or you should want to beat him. It's just kind of blasé. Like it's just bleh at the end of it. Like it doesn't feel like a true boss fight at the end. But all in all, I mean, for me, it was probably like a 6.5, just because I wouldn't recommend to buy. If you're a Castlevania fan, you would get something out of it. You could probably rent it, but honestly, you could kind of let this one swing by, Wikipedia it, read what it was, and you'd be just as fine as if you played it. But what did you think?
I enjoyed the game. I didn't play the first one, so I didn't get a chance to hate it as much as George did. I did see the ending for the first game so that I could have a little bit of backstory for this one. Sorry, I'm sick. I apologize right now. But I'll say that as far as this game, and I guess the first one, this whole Lords of Shadow thing, they kind of took Castlevania, if you're a Castlevania fan, and just did their own thing with it. So playing through this game with this storyline, I thought actually felt pretty well done. Like its story, I don't like some of the changes that they've done just because like I grew up on Castlevania, and so mixing the timelines that I know in my head, now are different, or things didn't happen the way that they did in the old game. So I'm kind of like, angry about that. But that's just me because of being a fan. As far as the game itself, I thought it was entertaining. Like I said, the story made sense to me. The mechanics do get in the way sometimes. I agree with George on that. The blocking thing, especially, because that does happen a lot. But it's fun atmosphere. The music has a pretty good. It kind of puts you in the right mood at the right times. The gameplay itself, like there's a couple of puzzles. There's some pretty cool like boss fights or whatever. But there is that feeling, as you go through it and as you get closer to the end, that something's missing. Yeah. So it's probably not the best game ever. I agree. Also, if you are a fan of Castlevania, you probably want to play through this. If you haven't played the first one, you really don't have to. I think because I didn't. And I still enjoyed this one. But if you're not a fan of Castlevania, maybe when you have time, you can check it out or whatever. But I would rate it a 7.5 because I think it definitely when you play it, it's entertaining enough to at least see it through. So that's my opinion on that.
Well, I mean, if you've played it or if you played the first one, let us know. I mean, what you think about it, if you I've actually played this and what you think of the story changes or the controls of what we touched on. Let us know what you want to see coming up. I know there's a couple of new games coming out this fall. Next week we're doing a review on Titanfall. Probably South Park: Stick of Truth because we're playing through that right now, and then Dark Souls. So that should be fun. But let us know what you're interested in seeing. Right here on the comments where the name was probably. But again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, all that jazz if you'd be so kind. That would be awesome. And again, I'm Jorge Guerra.
And Sergio Guerra.
Yeah, have a good one. Bye.